My sensory receptors are soaking on the surface of my acidic tongue, perceiving the distinctive qualities with sensation not bitter or sour. When licking the soft, pulpy parts like fruit, I am aroused by heightened emotion in pleasurable anticipation, like raising an electron energy into its highest powerful level, stimulating rate of activity. Zeal, like an electrical appliance, is attached to the surface of membranes that activates electrical currents floating in the air like our secretion, curving on our excessive consumption. Bodies, like a reservoir of water, have no barriers to obstruct passion that flows through lands and empties on islands, isolating separate human currents by horizontal and vertical lines. We react like electrical impulse, responsive to physical stimuli and sensitive to emotional cues. When a mass of water flows steadily, like a tremor charge through a conductor, arousal produces magnetic fields on a course to its desired outcome when licking two fleshy folds of voltage, soft enough for gentle teeth to bite through, the landmark within a field of vision. My posture is unable to decide between alternatives of smooth fingers or the conspicuous part on the hood, covering the electrical surface from our mawkishness to passionate care. Light falls in a vulnerable manner, like the opening of camera shutters, leaving its colors like a photograph, pleasing to the panorama of eyes surrounding our shameless environment. I concentrate on hearing body signs while moving the tongue across the surface, listening for inarticulate sounds. When moving side to side in small movements, not attempting to break free from clutches. Holding like a densely packed textile, with small spaces between for inhaling, without being dislodged from my station. Drinking from the fluctuating body when juices flow like electrical force. We move through precarious positions as the riverbank skin is teetering by a gratification of senses, refreshing muscles by narrow focus, forming the waves that prolong the pleasure. Bodies subject to frequent heavy rain, contained by the gripping clutch of the dam that is released to take the tension off, lasting beyond the motionless present, or through a static period of time. Flowers are open to a great extent, making its nectar flow down in a stream as I engage to expand the lotus in dimensions as a result from the pressure within. Creases are immersed in rainy liquid, making the canal passage more intense as it pours condensation in a stream, extending further in its direction by careful investigation of forms. Bodies not like movable barriers, unfolded over the scent of petals to release all intense outburst of zeal and leave one depleted of energy, then consumed as the rivers burst its banks. My tongue is a reservoir of water. When my dam burst, no longer obstructing my surface where I drift without sinking, with the capacity to perceive thirst, detecting minute changes in fever. My bareness is pulled and prolonged tightly, squeezed in my drain vulnerability when it is caught by my limp helplessness, drawing in breath with audible intake, with laborious effort coming in huffs. Sensations sting like an electrical shock by contradictions of connective tissue at the base of burly hair in my grasp, where warm skin is vivacious and smarting, covered with sweltering goosebump pimples. The rivers flow at a high temperature as waves of ecstasy pass through bodies, rippling the region of vertebrae, showing emotional intensity, swimming before uncontrollable force. Passion resembles thunder in loudness, violently shaking when calling out names, holding my head in the center of crave, experiencing each thunderous quake by the rapid expansion of our air. My tongue continues like heat by lightning, in images translated in rhythm, illuminating at high temperatures, aroused by convergence and refinement, while stimulated by taste bud style. I nibble by overwhelming passion in its condition of being brilliant, forming the circle around surrender of a prolonged embrace along rivers, setting a rowing pace in our splendor. My arms are like kinetic energy, cuddling like potential energy, spreading limbs like electrical current, opening up voltage for me to sense, sniffing the scent from humid, flooding vaults. A rubbing motion licks its way to thirst, maneuvering like a natural stream, vacating itself upon human skin as passionate heads are boldly thrown back and seductive eyes are closed like calm streams.